Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, Ruach, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the mighty Akim, Walk, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakal coming at you with another lesson. And today's lesson, I want to get into basically this whole thing about I came out white, or I look white, am I still an Israelite? And even though me personally, I've always attempted to make that known, and I guess I don't really want to say given a safe space, because that sounds worldly, but I've always been someone that has let it be known through my lessons. Okay, whenever the topic is ever brought up, I always make that clarification. Or I always say, it doesn't matter if you look. It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters about who your father is. And I always try to say that. And I've made multiple dedicated lessons specifically addressing that topic. And I understand that it might not always reach the people that it might need to reach, but I guess this is something that me personally, I have always I've always been someone to understand not feeling out of place, mind you, to say the least. All right, where there are some people that might think and feel like, the Israelites are the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, or it's only the dark skins, or it's the black Hebrew Israelites, this, that, and third, whatever. And as a result of that, they think that if they actually go to the Israelites and talk to them, which, funnily enough, yes, this has happened, where there were people that went to the Israelites, and lo and behold, a lot of them were just dismissed because, you look like a so-called white man, or you look like this, all right? When, if you really think about it, okay, because I keep on going back to this example of Blake Griffin and Steph Curry, all right? Blake Griffin and Steph Curry, they are not Edomites. They look like Edomites, but they are in actuality Israelites, all right? They are in actuality Israelites, and it's in Numbers 1, verse 18, okay, where it says they declared their pedigrees by the house of their fathers, all right? So, again, you are not an Israelite because of what you look like, all right? The fact of the matter is that even the so-called Africans, which are the Hamites, all right, they are not Israelites, all right? They are Hamites, all right? They're Hamites, and the thing is, the thing about them is that even they know that them and the so-called African Americans, all right, they're two separate people, which is why they have no issues with they had no issues selling us into slavery. So again, these are the things that you really need to kind of pay attention to, because Jake basically, they don't fully understand how things work, all right? So as a result of that, this is where we're at right now, where I'm trying to convey it. And in all honesty, the fact of the matter is that you really are an Israelite primarily if you are definitively an Israelite if your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what defines you as an Israelite. Now, how are you able to tell if someone's lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and it's through trying the Spirit. First John chapter 4 verse 1, it says try the Spirit, and then I don't know the rest, but basically testing it out, seeing what spirit resonates with them. And the thing is, in Romans 8, I believe verse 16, where it says the Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of YAHAWAH and His, where I think in the example in Romans 8 was they didn't have any lineages or any written historic stuff that says, oh, this person goes to X, Y, and Z, which, you know, you could go and you can actually see Yahawashi's lineage in Luke chapter 3 verse 30 something, I believe, starting at verse 31, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that's basically the thing where our lineages weren't readily available. We were going through the curses and stuff like that, and we're still going through the curses now, which is why, you know, we just won't always know, the Israelites are this, the Israelites are that, and X, Y, and Z, and all these different stuff. So as a result of that, okay, you can't just say that someone is or is not an Israelite just based off their appearance, all right? And that's a foolish thing, because that's not just foolish, but it's a carnal mindset. It's a carnal way to determine, oh, is this person an Israelite or not? When we are supposed to be a spiritual people, okay? So the main thing here is that for us, we are supposed to be able to tell, okay, you know what, I see this so-called white looking person and I see this so-called black looking person. One of them is spiritual, one of them is not spiritual, one of them is carnal, all right? Obviously, just because you look like one of them, that doesn't mean that you're going to go and side with the carnal person. Because if they aren't Israelites, all right, after trying the Spirit, if they aren't Israelites, that does not, you can't just claim them as yours. If someone has, and this is what I found out recently. I found out so many different people were actually Israelites because their father was a Mexican or something like that. When they look like Asian, they look so-called white, they look like so-called whatever. All right, but in actuality, if you actually just went in, checked their lineage, all right, you would see, oh, actually, they're not Asian, they're not an Edomite, they are actually Israelite because their father is Mexican, their father is a so-called black man or whatever. All right, there's all these different things, which that goes to show the complexity and the beauty in it, where we aren't defined by our appearance or skin color. We're defined by our bloodline and and what's on the inside, basically. All right. So yeah, that's basically. I just wanted to say. All right, and it was right there. There's a freaking girl that looks like an Israelite, but she looks like a half breed of, I think, Asian and Jake, but whatever. Yeah, that's just another example. But yeah, like all these different things. So don't be judging people based off the thing. That's why you need to talk to people. Whenever someone, even if they look like a so-called Edomite, don't just write them off and say, oh, that's an Edomite, I'm not going to talk to them, I'm not dealing with them and whatnot. No, you never know who is actually an Israelite. Alright, so with that, praise and edifying, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Double honor to the elders, apostles, the great most, son of Bal, and Shalom.